Hey all, and welcome to Geek Freaks. I am Frank, and I'm with Jonathan.
Hey, yo.
All right, today we're going over all the geek news, and it's a lot of fun stuff going on right now. First of all, I want to give a shout out. We mentioned it already on Twitter. We have a giveaway going on, a new shirt giveaway. If you guys drop us a review, you can have your choice of one of our shirts. And we got some good ones. One for Jonathan.
Yeah.
We got a Squeaks one, and we got next month. So actually, no, this month, because it's the first, will be a Frank one. I have the artist working on it right now. He's top notch. So there's that. Hit us up with a review. On 4th of July episode, we will pull a winner and get you your shirt.
You can walk around with my face on your body. I mean, do it now.
Score, right? That's the way to win.
Yeah.
All right, next up, I want to get us, I don't know if you heard about this. NBC canceled AP Bio.
What? Are you serious? I'm sorry.
I gotta turn you down a bit.
Oh my God. We've just been talking about, not too long ago, how great that show is. And it's not like revolutionary, but it's a really
good show.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I'm excited for the fight back it's having. So Patton Oswalt, who plays the principal, and Glenn Howerton, he's
Dennis.
Dennis. I can't think of his name in the show. Yeah. But anyways, the main character basically. Yeah. They're both pushing back on Twitter. They have a lot of followers, especially Patton Oswalt. He's like god of Twitter. Yeah. But they're really pushing back. Everything they're doing is hashtag save AP Bio. So we're on top of this too. We've already been kind of getting out a lot of tweets out there about this, and our numbers are growing on Twitter. We're over 100 now, so thank you very much for that. But everybody, please, hashtag save AP Bio. Really good show, fun. There's 2 episodes that just came out on Hulu.
If you haven't watched it, binge it. It's really good.
It's a fast binge, and you know what? It's like what I like about it is when you see all these shows. I'm gonna reference Glee, but that's like an old show. But when you see all these high school shows, it's a bunch of kids that don't make sense. Like they're a bunch of like pretty kids and stuff like that. Like when I went to high school, it was with kids that were in AP Bio. You know what I'm saying? Like more realistic kids. Yeah. I like that. So that's one thing that Patton Oswalt's really pushing too.
And I like that it's not all that, feel good, lovey-dovey kid romance kind of stuff. It's all about the teacher who kind of doesn't give a shit about the kids themselves and is all trying to go after his own personal gain and stuff. So it's funny.
It's really got everything you want. So you have you have your schemer with the Dennis character. We'll just keep calling him. There is a way for him to fit in the story.
It fits perfect in Sunny. Oh, Always Sunny.
Because he does leave it. So there's a chance that this is a scheme for him, and he's a schemer. So it's great. I like I got to write the fan fiction for this. I like the idea of if Dennis left the bar, this is a scheme for him, and then he's like imagining that he has his Harvard degree or whatever it is, and then he's like trying to convince everybody, and this one guy that knows the truth, he's trying to bury him from the first season. Yeah. It kind of makes sense.
God, there could be a very well-written bridge to that.
There is, it's there. So, but anyway, hashtag save AP Bio, guys. Get out there. Let's do this. It's a good show, and I really enjoy it. It's got a good cast. It's got a little bit of everything you want. Patton Oswalt, his secretary, hidden star of the show. I love her so much. She's so good.
Her and the girl with the big glasses. I can't remember her name.
Oh my God, no, yeah, she's my favorite. Yeah. What do you want, boss? Yeah, I love her. Funny. Oh man, she's shady. Yeah. She's the butcher's daughter.
So if they do find a way to re-up this and keep it going, what do you think I would love to see if they were to decide to try to make other series that were, because this isn't technically a spinoff of Always Sunny. No. But they should make spinoffs of Always Sunny. Have a show that's just about Charlie. Where did he go? What's he doing? Oh my God, yeah. Or Mac. Yeah. Mac and D somewhere. Like they decided to stick together.
I've got some ideas. I don't know if they'd be, Mac in San Francisco, because you know how they have that new story of his where he's finding out that he's gay. Yeah. And so what if, because you know how Mac works, he works like he goes above and beyond. All or nothing. All or nothing, exactly. Yeah. So then I'm assuming he would go to the Castro district, try to
he's leading a revolution.
And he's just he's trying so hard to fit in and he's overdoing it. Yeah. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
He's offending gay people.
Exactly, because he's overdoing it. Yeah. Oh man.
That'd be good.
That would be hilarious. All right, so I'm sorry I cut you off though. What was your question? Like what other spinoffs? Or?
Oh yeah, what do you think if we were to see spinoffs like that? How successful would it be? I think that would be perfect. And like you're saying, right? That little bridge that connects AP Bio to Always Sunny. Yeah. And then it just has to be one episode that kind of ties them.
Yeah, it really It could be a short even. It would be so fast.
Yeah, and then we see Charlie series or D or Mac or something like that.
Yeah.
Charlie and Frank could have one and D and Mac can have one.
Charlie and Frank. Oh my God. Yeah, that'd be really good.
And then after a couple years they come back for a big reunion and all of a sudden,
I could see one with D where it's like Sex in the City but it's all scummy.
Yes. Sex in the Bronx.
You'd be like Sex in the City, Talladega. It'd be some random city. And they're trying to dominate it. That'd be funny. I could see one thing I've always wanted. So this show kind of gives me like a community feel sometimes when I'm watching it. It's the school environment stuff, the funny principal and everything. I would like to see a Always Sunny, or no, I'm sorry, a Community spinoff, which can't happen now because Donald Glover's too big, of Troy and Abed in the morning.
Yeah.
If they made a morning show, I always thought like if those two ever like good on hard times would make a podcast, you guys would nail a podcast.
Yeah.
So it's right there.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a really good idea. Yeah, any kind of spinoffs. All right, this is something we've been kind of wanting. We've been talking about in the past. We wanted to see a Knights of the Old Republic version of Star Wars movies. Well, our wishes have been answered. They are making a Star Wars movie set in the Old Republic. I don't want to go too deep on this because we've already kind of addressed a lot of this. It's actually, this is nuts. It's going to be the third trilogy in development.
Oh, wow.
They're taking a break a little bit because there's too much Star Wars, but it's like they're going to get pent up, and they know they're going to get pent up. So we're like, we're going to release 3 trilogies for you guys. There's the regular storyline one that they're working on. There's one by the Game of Thrones guys, and this one is developed by, let me see her name here. I'm looking for her name. I'm sorry. Liara Kalgridis. Oof, boy, thank you for a great name. She did Shutter Island, Alita, Alexandria, and Terminator Genesis. Both Shutter Island and Alita are amazing. And so what do you think of this? Are you happy, first off, with the 3 trilogy idea?
Yeah, well, I'm happy that they're telling us that there's no slowing down. I mean, I get like they put out a lot. And to me, from a business standpoint, they put out a lot of good material. Now it's time to just sit, slow down, and milk some of that merchandising and make a little bit more money on it. Yeah. Let people, like it, enjoy it, and get satisfied with it, and then start releasing some new content. But that's a lot. I mean, that
is a lot. That's a lot for even them. Yeah.
It's got to at least be over the next 10 or 15 years. It can't be, we're going to release 3 movies in 2 years and then another 3 movies in another 2 or 3 years. Hopefully they kind of space it out comfortably.
Yeah, because the idea of this break is because it has been a little bit too much. Solo didn't perform well, although Solo was a lot better movie, especially the second time you watch it. Yeah. But it didn't perform well. And so this is all in reaction to them taking the break. Yeah. So I think one thing that people kind of don't account for is even a bad Star Wars movie is still a decent movie. Yeah. It's a movie I enjoy watching. Yeah. If you look back at time, I keep using this movie as an example and I don't know why, but Steel. Remember Steel when we were kids? Yes. That's a terrible movie. But as a kid, I enjoyed it. Yeah. And I think nowadays, we as adults, especially, we fit exactly this category. We review movies that are actually intended for kids. Yeah. And act as like, this is not addressing my adult needs. Well, it's not necessarily meant to. Star Wars started out as a fun romp space opera that was really tailored for kids who wanted to play with lightsabers.
Now that you mentioned Steel, thinking about it, I really liked as a kid the steampunk part of it where he's building his own suit and stuff. And then that was very well replicated in the first Iron Man. I realized that must have been, or I imagine that was, maybe they didn't know or didn't tie those two together, but that was a very good.
So Steel is actually a DC character.
Yeah, okay.
He's a spinoff from Superman. He's actually a big Superman fan. Yeah. And Iron Man, Marvel. So there's a gap there.
But they're using the same appeal.
Right, they are using. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like the aesthetics.
Yeah.
I really like Steel. As a kid, I haven't watched it since. I'm afraid to.
Great movie to totally redo right now without Shaq in it, but.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have a Shaq cameo. Okay.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Idris Elba. Done.
Oh man, just so done. Yeah.
And if you want to do flashbacks to when he's young, who were we just talking about? Donald Glover.
Boom.
Done.
Dude, you just casted this movie. It's perfect.
I'll start production soon.
All right, who's doing Kazam?
No, Shazam.
No, Kazam. Is it? Wait, is it Kazam? Now I'm confused. No, Shazam is Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's Kazam.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But who's gonna play that genie?
The genie. Will Smith.
Will Smith.
If this,
he kind of nailed it. I gotta say.
I didn't see it yet.
I'm not a big fan of the whole movie, just because the acting for actual Aladdin I think was pretty bad.
Really.
But Will Smith killed it.
Yeah. That's good.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I was really surprised by that. Also for the Star Wars movies, we're getting Knights of Ren is actually coming back for the new Star Wars movie. Everybody was kind of like, where did the Knights of Ren come or go? They're coming here. And then in more Star Wars news, Galaxy's Edge opened up in Disneyland. And we're sending a reporter. Squeaks is going down next week, I think it is. He'll come back with some info and let us know how it is. I've been watching a lot of clips and videos from it. It looks wonderful.
So where is it and what is it? It's the Star Wars specific park?
Yeah.
Part of the park?
Part of the park, yeah. So in Disneyland, okay, you know where Thunder Mountain is, right? Yeah. It is basically, right. I would say, north of Thunder Mountain. When you're on Thunder Mountain, you could see them making it. Okay. So it'll be north of Thunder Mountain and kind of by Toonland.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. I was thinking like north of Thunder Mountain is Toonland, but yeah, over.
Yeah, so I think they actually took some of Toonland to make this
because there was already the like Star Wars museum or something like that, right? That place you go
There
in that
may
has...
have... Oh, no, that you're thinking about... Maybe, it was Star Wars attractions in Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
That, I think, is going to be removed. Actually, it might still be... Star Wars is too big. It might still be there.
Yeah. That's
what it might become more Marvel-y, because they do have a Marvel attraction there.
Yeah.
Which would be just so smart. They might as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've been watching a lot of clips from there. They got like a lot of droids. They have so many cool things. They have blue milk. You can literally drink the blue milk from episode 4. So I'm excited to go. I'm going in November, but Squeaks will come back with a report on how things are going.
That's cool.
It's been pretty interesting so far.
I need to go apply for just being a stormtrooper wandering around.
That's you know, cool. You know what's really cool? They're filling their ranks, the stormtrooper ranks, with the 501st group.
Oh yeah.
Are you familiar with the 501st?
It's a fan club, right?
Fan club of guys who dress in appropriate, like actual movie appropriate attire of the stormtroopers and come to events. So if you have a Make-A-Wish event, some sort of charity, you have some sort of Star Wars themed parade, they'll come out there and they have a fan club and they'll march for you.
So they must register together in some group, right? So
it's know, actually
this is Ted, that's so and so right. From these districts or whatever.
They'll have actual cards saying I'm the 501st. Yeah,
that's cool. So you meet up at a convention and you guys all get together and you validate this is an actual another member of my group, not just some stranger coming in. The
nice thing about being part of that group too is they have pretty high standards. Like you have to actually act as a stormtrooper. You have to be authentic. You can't just be some guy on Times Square. So
that's cool. That makes it so much better.
Yeah. And the 501st is actually a reference from the movies in the world in general. It's Darth Vader's personal guard. So that's actually the stormtroopers you see marching with him are always the 501st. And so it's just, it's a little extra amazingness. That's cool. That's kind of neat. All right. Next up, Rotten Tomatoes. I really like this, and this is actually something that Pushing Buttons talked. Did we mention the Pushing Buttons Kyle thing?
I don't know if we mentioned it.
We didn't. I will mention it right now. So, just a quick aside. I have another podcast. A lot of you guys are probably familiar with it, called The Outlast Podcast, where we review Survivors with me and my mom. Actually, Jonathan's mom as well.
Oh yeah.
We review Survivors. It's really going off quite well. Some episodes are really hitting it big and out there. Well, we have a fan of both podcasts is Kyle. He's actually a member of the of Pushing Buttons. I suggest you guys check out their podcast as well. And he has been doing fantastic on this keto diet. He lost 35 pounds, which is amazing. Total props to you, man. And now is trying to go on Survivors. He's on his second interview for Survivors. So we're with you, Kyle, man. We hope you get on there. If you do, man, you have our number one fans are sitting at this table right now. So keep it up, man. That's fantastic. So, anyways, they were talking about review bombing on their episode, and what this is we'll give a good example. Borderlands 3 comes out, right? And they're talking about, it'll be exclusive to Epic Store, it'll be this, it'll be that, and a lot of people aren't happy with this. So to vent their frustration, they'll go on to Steam and into the Borderlands 2 and 1, use their reviews to sit there and complain about number 3 and bomb it. So instead of going 5 stars, we'll just use stars for example, 5 stars on the game, they'll go 1 star and saying, Borderlands 3 is only going to be on the Epic Store, that's stupid. Or Borderlands 3 has too many guns, whatever, that's stupid. And bomb those ones. So then, as a new consumer, you're going into Borderlands 1 or 2 and seeing man, this thing's only got 2 stars. Well, I'm not going to buy this game. No, Borderlands 1 and 2 are excellent games.
Yeah.
People are complaining about Borderlands 3, a whole different game not set, but actually taking play, being made 5-10 years later on. They're complaining about it in the wrong game. So this is a problem all over the place. People do this in the movies too. If they don't like the new Ninja Turtles, they'll review bomb another piece of content from the same director or something like that. Rotten Tomatoes is coming out. They've been a big source of reviews and quick, lately. So they're adding this verified ratings and reviews. In February, they ditched the pre-release want to see review they used to use, a percentage. And now they're going with just a tally towards just 17,000 people want to see the new Star Wars. We'll use that again. And now they're starting this new thing where, at launch, if you've purchased a ticket from Fandango, which is usually me, AMC Theaters, Regal Cinemas, or Cinemark, including myself on that one too, you can say, I verify that I purchased this ticket when I'm giving my review. So now, as a person looking for reviews, I can see that the new Transformers has 30% review, or I can look at the verified people, oh no, it's actually 60 from people who went out and saw the actual movie.
Yeah.
Now, the way they verify this is you have a phone number registered with Rotten Tomatoes when you're giving a review, and you have a phone number registered with the theaters that are participating in this. So I have one for Fandango, and when I go to give my review, if I say I'm verified, they have the option, not necessarily always, but they have the option to check with Fandango and with their phone number, make sure that they match. If they match, they verify you purchased it. Yeah. Bada boom, bada bing. What do you think of this? Do you think this is a good idea?
I think that's fantastic. It seems very simple, but like 90% of people that are going to go, put all this hate mail online, these terrible reviews, aren't people who do reviews.
Yeah.
They are only doing it purely out of hate. So you hear all of their negative and none of their positive, which is terrible. If you want to give your good and bad, then have the foresight to plan on, I'm going to do a review, and you sign up just like that, and then when you get your ticket, you, like you said, register, and it's not too complicated of a process, doesn't sound like.
No, it's quite simple.
But it filters out the people who plan to do reviews or want to do it on a regular basis or even just occasionally, but the people who don't have any intent on doing it but only review stuff when it's terrible or they're mad about something else, whatever.
Yeah.
It'll help filter those people out. So I think it's good. It gets the more appreciated, more valuable responses.
Yeah.
To be heard.
I think this is something that we need to see around everywhere. Like, I know on Amazon's been doing this for a long time, where if you look at the Amazon reviews, you can check this, like a little green thing that'll say verified, or verified purchaser or whatever. So you can make sure, like, this guy actually owns this walkie-talkie about to buy.
Yeah.
So you can know that this guy actually knows what he's talking about. So I like the idea of this actually coming all over the place. Get it in Steam. I think Steam might have something similar to this, but everything should be having this, where we have verified reviews, so we know, like, this person owns this product. It's not a person who's just complaining.
Yeah.
There's actually a painting I just recently wanted to buy. Actually, I purchased it, and I was looking at the reviews. It's a 1-star review. The person was complaining because the painting was orange, and it has a lot of orange in the background. I'm like, that's not what the review person can tell it's orange by looking at the picture of the painting when you're ordering it.
Just don't buy it if you don't like an orange painting.
And they're complaining because the painting's orange. And then I had to give a review 5 stars, like, just to kind of help balance it out, saying, like, look, yes, the painting's orange, as you can tell by the picture, but it's well hung. It's good quality. Yeah. The strokes looked good. Everything looked good on this painting. I was happy with the purchase.
Yeah.
And yet the other person's like, no, too orange. Like,
okay, go buy a blue one. Go buy a green one. You're not. It's art.
Yeah. Did you purchase that item? I want to know if you actually purchased this item, because if you did, and I couldn't tell, if you did purchase this item, what were you thinking when you bought it? It's orange painting. So
and like you're saying, if this isn't a person who knows anything about art and doesn't review art regularly, why do we care about their opinion?
Exactly.
Too many people today, I mean, some would argue, but too many people today have a voice.
Yeah.
Like they say, the way the internet works now, that like everybody should be heard. Not quite. If you don't know, I don't know how to wire electrical, I don't want to see your YouTube video on how to rewire my house. I'm going to kill myself.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to know bad information. I want good information from good sources.
That's where, like, YouTube and podcasts, I think, are really useful. So if, like, we'll give a review, and generally we try to stay on the positive side. Both of us, we generally be a little bit more positive than others, because we understand that the work that goes behind this, and we try to find the positives and everything, because they worked hard to bring it to us.
Yeah.
So in that, when we put out a review for, like, say, this Godzilla movie we'll be doing, when you see the review for that, it's not like it's attached to the movie. So anybody who looks for the movie sees our review. No.
Yeah, it's attached to us.
It's attached to us.
Yeah.
So you know what kind of opinion we have. You know what our background in. You know that, we haven't seen a lot of the movies, and I actually kind of like the 98 version. Yeah. So you know that when you listen to us, you know?
And if you agree with some of our reviews and you're like, oh yeah, I like all those movies that they liked, then let me see what other ones they got.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they really like that one. Cool, let me check it out.
Yeah, but if you're going for the movie and then you're like, oh, maybe this guy knows all about Godzilla. No, we don't know all about Godzilla.
Yeah.
Please don't base our knowledge, don't use us as the knowledge source for that.
Yeah.
So I really like this idea. I think it's just a step in the right direction, and it actually gives both reviews. So you're able to check the random reviews and those ones.
Yeah, and that's good, because the people who just want to have a voice, you still have a voice, but people understand that you might not know what you're talking about. So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
So that's good.
All right. Next we have, there's a new handheld system. This one's, I just had to mention this. This is probably, everybody's just like, this is dumb. I'm not going to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. Everybody stop what you're doing and Google the Playdate. All right. It's by a company called Panic. John's going to do it right now. This is a new handheld system. It's coming by Panic. They are famous for doing Firewatch, a cool little game. This new handheld system is black and white, has one directional pad and 2 buttons, an A and B pad, and most importantly, has a crank on the side, which is actually for gameplay. So you're finding it?
Yeah.
On their website, they provide a bunch of tools for, like, people to create games for this. A lot of pretty awesome indie game developers are developing little games for this. It's going to come with a bunch of them. It's a little pricey. It's $150. So I'm waiting. If it was down to like maybe $50, I'd buy it. I like the idea of just a retro old A and B button coming back to a game.
Yeah, and I like that. Like you're saying, they're encouraging people to develop games for it.
Yeah,
like, that's totally cool. If I can, if there was a user-friendly program that I could download to make my own game for it, I would totally do that. And you just tell all your friends, like, hey, whoever has the Playdate, like, download this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people have access now, or it's easier to make apps and stuff like that, but it's still not easy enough for me to do it.
I think the crank on the side's a little gimmicky, and actually takes away a little bit from this.
Yeah.
Because if it was just the A, B button, and you were to make a solid, they're working with this company in Switzerland to make this thing. And if you were to just make a solid retro-feeling game, one that we can quickly make games for, on their website, there's like 5 different little programs you can download to help you develop this game yourself. Mm-hmm. And then just share it with your friends. It would be such a huge hit.
Yeah, but the crank is to charge it, right? Like to...
No, it's part of the game. Like, one of the big games is this, like, time travel one with a robot that has a crank on his back. Yeah. So you have to, like, charge him up to keep going, something like that. Like,
okay, yeah,
it's gimmicky.
That's gimmicky. Yeah. So, question is, who's going to come up behind these guys and make a couple different versions that are better and cheaper?
Yeah, that's the thing, is I'm wondering if there's going to be a game system out there, a game company, which we all know which one could do it, but to make just a quick little handheld game that has retro games and would be awesome.
Fits in your wallet.
The best one to do would be Nintendo.
Yeah, if they were to re-release, like, the Game Boy Pocket, but...
now.
small and high tech, and
just like super, it has Bluetooth, because this thing has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi.
$35. They can make it that cheap. They have the technology now. It's not gonna be hard.
They already make, so they have the retro Nintendo and the retro Super Nintendo, right? And everybody's hoping for N64 soon.
Yeah.
Make an old school Game Boy that's nice and small. That's just something about going up, down, left, right, A, B. That's it.
It won't have the classic game cartridge, but have, Wi-Fi capability.
Yeah.
And the little micro SD port on it, so you can load games to it.
That would be good, but like even the old Nintendo stuff like that, they come preloaded with like 50 games.
Yeah.
Do that. Have some Kirby on there. Have like the old Tiny Toons on there. One of the Pokemon games. We would be so happy.
And have a cheap or free service like Pandora or something like that, where you can play all those old games for free, and then you have ads in the middle of it, or pay $3 a month or whatever.
The Nintendo subscription already is insanely cheap. It's like $20 for the year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and you get all kinds of free NES games that keep coming out with new ones every month.
They can even make that a promotion for that. Buy this, $50 little system, and you get that membership for free for a year.
That would be excellent. I might spend $150 for.
Yeah.
And I know that they already have the Switch, and the Switch already does retro games. Yeah. But it's just the feel. You know what I'm saying? I just want that old feel back. Yeah. I have an old Game Boy and stuff. I've been trying to actually bring it back and stuff like that. But it's just a nice feel.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Maybe the Game Gear. Sega had the Game Gear for a bit that destroyed batteries.
Problem is, those are so big, and it's totally not necessary nowadays.
No, yeah.
Would you make it smaller, or would you keep it the size it is and add capabilities to it?
So that's the tricky part. Is the retro Nintendo and stuff like that they brought back. While the console was smaller because it came to console, they kept the controllers you can buy for it the same size. Yeah. So you'd almost have to have the original size, because I want that feel.
So you can imagine if you had like a Game Boy Color or Game Boy Pocket, whichever one it is, and it was your portable hard drive or your battery power bank or something like that.
Especially if you use like the original Game Boy, the old like 85, 87 one. Yeah, that's a huge. Yeah, it's a brick. Open the door, keep the door open with it.
4 terabyte hard drive, and it's your Game Boy system.
That would be excellent. That'd be a really good idea. Keep your whole library on that thing. Yeah. That's a good idea.
I'm a genius.
All right, Nintendo, that's a freebie from us. Here you go. We expect to see you guys at E3. All right, yeah, so that's $150 for the Playdate. It's a pretty neat little system. Okay, next. This one is Total Squeaks one. He's happy for this. Spawn is coming to Mortal Kombat 11. Ooh. Yeah, it's a new DLC coming out. It has 6 new characters. They're going to be releasing slowly over time. Though there's 1 week early access to Spawn. Not Spawn, I'm sorry. No, to, let me see which one it was. To Shang Tsung. And there's 7 exclusive character skins, 7 exclusive sets of gear, all of it for $40. Some of the characters we know are going to be involved is Sindel, Nightwolf, and of course Shang Tsung. Early access starts June 18th. Now, I haven't been a Mortal Kombat fan since the arcade.
Yeah, this is number 11 coming out too. I didn't know there's so many. But the Spawn looks really cool. I'm hoping this inspires somebody to make a new Spawn either series or a new Spawn movie would be.
Movie is in development already.
Oh man, they gotta hurry up then. Huh?
Yeah. That's been in development for a bit now, but yeah, I know.
We've probably talked about it on here before too.
We have. One thing I was telling Squeaks just last night is I would like to see them take the old Spawn movie, which the big glaring problem with that movie, you got to look it up at some point. his cape in that movie was awful. CGI wise, it's like cartoon.
It was the beginning of CGI,
right? So just take that movie and replace the cape. The whole time, CGI the cape into a new cape. That movie can be saved.
Yeah, you could remaster the whole movie, but
yeah,
that'd be cool.
Squeaks owns that thing in every way you can own a movie. He loves Spawn so much. He owns it on Blu-ray, DVD, all the digital formats, probably bootlegged, everything. He owns it all. So
original storyboard.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of fans out there that would be a big fan of it. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so what fighting game would you like to see? Because I'm not a big Mortal Kombat fan. I do like the storyline.
The only one we really played a lot was Street Fighter, right?
Street Fighter played a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of people were either Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat fans.
Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur. Oh man, we used to go crazy on Soul Calibur. That one dude with the sword, what was his name? Like
Raphael.
Raphael.
Yeah, with the French rapier. That was your guy.
Used to go nuts with him. Smash Brothers is a go-to, of course.
Yeah.
I missed that old Smash Brothers. I was so good at that one. I'm just new and I'm bad at, so I miss being good at that game.
I would just keep turning those out. I mean, remaster and re-release and make new versions of them.
Yeah. Dead or Alive was pretty good for a bit there. Back when they had Master Chief in there, I really liked that one. Doing the Xbox one. So yeah, there's a lot of good games out there, but I have not been much of a Mortal Kombat. Now the Mortal Kombat story has been really good. Yeah. It's like multiple dimensions. They're bringing them back together for Mortal Kombat 11. It's this whole crazy story.
So that's what I was just thinking. Is these are really good games, but I'm more into movies than games, anyways.
Yeah,
that would be really cool to see a Mortal Kombat. Is there already?
It's in development.
Oh man,
there is a Mortal Kombat movie, but there's a new one in development.
They already know. They know what I want before I know what I want. Man, that's good. So follow up with that then. Smash Brothers. Are they making a Smash Brothers movie?
How would you no? But man,
because that Detective Pikachu, that looked really cool. Like if they use the same producers of that to make a Smash Brothers,
yeah, they could do that.
That would be.
You know what would be really good is a good Legend of Zelda movie.
Yeah, that would be really cool. You know, I mean, the nostalgia is on fire right now. People would love.
Everybody wants nostalgia stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and the '90s are hit.
Yep.
Man, a good Link movie would be excellent.
Yeah.
So so we could really do the MCU of this. So you have your Star Wars, or I'm sorry, your Pokemon movies. You got your Mario movies, your Link movies. Donkey Kong would be interesting. It could be like a Lion King kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then they all come together for Smash Brothers.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
I mean, they just got to pour a bunch of money into that, though. Does Nintendo have the money to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll team up with somebody. Yeah. Right now, we're seeing a big team up of Nintendo's teaming up with Microsoft. Microsoft's teaming up with, Nintendo and with Sony. Everybody's kind of teaming up right now because they're all scared of Stadia. It's a good time to kind of make stuff like that.
Get Nintendo, the Pokemon company, I can't remember what their actual name is.
Game Freaks is the one that does their games.
But I mean, the one that owns Pokemon?
It's just called the Pokemon Company.
Yeah. Okay. I think originally it was such and such, the Pokemon Company, right? On the original version of it.
I know Game Freaks did the games. I know Nintendo really owns them, but it's called the Pokemon Company, I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But
yeah, I think it was like, it's not Mojang, but it was something, I thought it was like something Mojang and then the Pokemon Company under that. But anyways, Nintendo, them, and Disney all partner up to make this whole new world.
Give it a few years. Nintendo will buy, or Disney will buy them all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Disney and Walmart rule the world.
Yeah,
that's
Amazon. And Amazon. Amazon's in there too.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Call of Duty Modern Warfare gets a reboot. We just got that announced. Pretty confusing name because this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, full reboot, brand new game. Looks amazing. I mean, stunning.
I hope they completely scratch it and they're not refacing it again and just say
that's what they're doing. I mean, it's a full new game, fully rebooted.
That's cool.
Why name it Modern Warfare when there's already a Modern Warfare 1 through 4?
Yeah.
There's Modern Warfare Remastered, which is a remastered version of the first one, and now this one.
This is just called flat out
Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Is it still called Call of Duty or is it just
No, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Wow, that's kind of
You think they would just give it a different name?
Yeah, or I understand they're trying to continue to milk on the name because Call of Duty's cool, but Modern Warfare has a reputation of its own.
Yeah,
I think so. That's why I was thinking, maybe they'll just call it Modern Warfare, like cut out all the specific Call of Duty title.
Yeah, they've got Infinity Ward on this one. They did the other Modern Warfares. I'm excited for it. I already pre-ordered it because you can with World of Warcraft Gold. It's Activision that owns both, nice. So that's how I buy all my Activision Blizzard stuff now is through WoW Gold. And it's going to be released the 25th. It's going to be PS4, Xbox One, and PC, all crossplay.
Oh, that's cool.
So when you do multiplayer on any of them, you can play with anybody else.
That's always been the biggest problem when I play any console games like that is that you can't play with your friends if they have the PlayStation. If they made that life-altering failure choice to not get an Xbox, and so that's cool.
So happy Squeaks isn't here for that. We would have gone on a whole other tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot more crossplay as time goes on, and we're starting to see these companies work together, and they're all trying. We're getting into the streaming age and everything like that, so I think we're going to see more and more.
They know they need to be more competitive in that market to not lose it. So
I think one thing we're definitely seeing is so Microsoft is bringing a lot of their games to the PC now. Mm-hmm. The Master Chief Collection is getting there soon. They're going to go to Steam. They're actually working with Steam a lot. They're actually kind of shunning Epic Game Store, so that's kind of interesting. So Microsoft, I think, is starting to. They're really kind of leading the front. They're going with their xCloud and everything like that. And they're starting to push out the idea of we provide games. Mm-hmm. What you play on, less important. We just provide games. And we do provide the Xbox. And we do think it's a good system. It's like your PC for your TV, but our big thing is our games. Yeah. I like that idea because I think the winners in that is us.
Yeah.
When we get to choose what feels best to us to play the games we enjoy the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And that's true. I think that they're just being preemptive, and they know that PC gaming really does have the long-term hold.
Yeah.
They don't really have a good way to compete with it unless they want to get into the PC developing business, which they have not enough experience.
No, but they own Windows 10. So really any PC generally runs on there. Any person who, even more importantly, any person who plans on playing video games on their computer uses Windows 10.
Yeah.
So the fact that they just announced too, the Game Pass, one of the best deals in gaming, is now going to have a focus on PC. So there's going to be some PC specific titles that are coming. I already use Game Pass on my PC.
Yeah.
We play Sea of Thieves often, which I think you would enjoy. We've talked about that a few times.
I gotta try it.
It's got that kind of Minecraft mindset of where it's just a relaxing, fun game.
You just zone out, play for hours.
Yeah, but it's a stunning game. Follow them on Twitter, guys. People post pictures of like amazing sunsets and stuff like that they're in game, and then it's really fun. Anyways, we play that on PC. Most people play that on their Xboxes. We play it on PC, and it's part of the Game Pass. You know, why not? It's $1 to start your Game Pass up. So now they're gonna be focusing on that. I think we're gonna win out on this.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense because like we were saying, Microsoft they see that consoles are kind of going to the wayside. So why not step back? I mean, keep your console there and let it sell, push it, but step back and redirect your focus to where if Sony doesn't do the same thing, if they stay just trying to push the PlayStation when people see that PC's the future, they're not gonna have a business to stand on.
Right, and one thing that I think both of them are seeing is the fact that they don't need to have the most. I mean, first of all, when people are saying like, "Oh, it'll have this processor," and like the new gaming systems, PC fans are like, "Yeah, I've had that for a little bit now. I mean, it's all right. We don't really care because we already beaten the new systems."
And I think it's PC's bridging the gap by coming closer into the console world too, like making PC games like with the streaming services.
The launchers help a lot with that. Yeah,
making it more user friendly.
Before, we used to have to actually download your game on your system, and you didn't have a way to communicate with your friends except for within that game.
Yeah.
Or you'd have Vent or something like that, or now it's Discord. Having a launcher is a way to kind of have a friends list, and like a company like Good Old Games, which is just an outstanding company all around. They're working on a way to actually combine all your launchers so that your friends lists are together. Yeah. Which is nice because if I'm playing Civilization and I want to tell you, hey man, when you're doing Wildlands, hop over to Civilization with me. We'll work together. Yeah. But maybe somebody's on a whole other launcher, like say you're playing Fortnite for some reason, and then you're like, hey man, I want to get on that Civilization. That's a whole other launcher. The only way to be communicating is either through Discord or through your actual game launcher, which is nice because then you can like click to invite or click to enjoy or to join.
Does that mean your computer would be running all those launchers at the same time though, of all the games that you have?
It runs them in the background. It runs like so that your friends list is live. Basically, that's the only thing that's live.
Oh, okay.
It's friends list, and then of course probably watching everything you're doing. But we're in that world now, so just enjoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. So I think PC's ahead of the game on all of this.
Yeah.
They really don't care. I think Microsoft and Sony are seeing the fact that streaming's coming up. We don't need to have real powerful systems anymore. Mm-hmm.
The money is in the game development.
Yeah. I think the money is in that xCloud. I think that's where Microsoft knows, like, this is where we're going to make our money. If they can beat Stadia, Google Stadia, they take the cake. That's Sony already signed on to work with Microsoft Azure and use the xCloud. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot coming out of this. I think we all started this out from the Call of Duty story.
Yeah, we got off on the tangent.
Last little bit. This isn't really a big deal for us because again it's hard because you and me are such Xbox fans. While Daniel and Squeaks can sit here and talk about this next subject all day. Death Stranding finally gets announced. It's coming November 8th. It has Norman Reedus. He's Daryl from Walking Dead. Yeah. I think it's Konami. I messed that name up. Anyways, They're the ones that or he's the one that made this game. A lot of hype for this game. A lot of great people in it. I hope it's good, but it's one of those games that I probably won't play it for a while. I'll probably buy a PS4 soon now that they're all dirt cheap.
What kind of game is it?
It's like it looks like it's a horror adventure game. It's like a thriller game.
Oh, okay.
You know, it looks stunning. I really thought it was going to come out with the next systems, really. But they did announce it will be out this year, November 8th. So that's awesome. Death Stranding's coming out. That's cool. All right, next up, let's talk about the free games that we're getting for June, because it is June and it's free game time, guys. So PS Plus, by the way, just a quick aside on that too. PS Plus in Japan, Indonesia, I think it was Sweden as well. Across the globe has gone up some, so keep an eye out for that. Probably come to America.
Is that their streaming service? What is it?
It's like the Xbox Live. It's their live service type of thing. It went up the equivalent of $3 for the 3-month plan. I want to say $3 for the monthly plan and $7.50 for the 3-month plan. The equivalent of that, and their yearly plans stay the same. Which a lot of people are like, "Oh, okay, you guys are forcing them into the year plan," and yet they haven't increased their quality, yet. Yeah. So, anyways, keep that in mind, guys. Look out for that. All right. As for PS Plus's free games, they actually do have some good ones this time. Sonic Mania is one of their free games. Are you familiar with Sonic Mania? So Sonic has an awesome library of amazing games. Sonic Mania gives you that whole library and lets you mix and match. So say you're playing Sonic 1, but man, I wish I could play it with Knuckles. Yeah. You can, right? Pick Knuckles, play with Sonic Mania. Right. Maybe you want to use they had this one time where you could use elemental effects. You want to use a fire effect in Sonic 2. Go for it. Take Sonic 2's fire effect.
So they kind of had to remaster, redevelop all their games to be able to cross-play you kind of pick what you want to bring into the game. Yeah. But what's fun is you could try to break it, because you're with the Knuckles gliding, can I mess up Sonic 2? Yeah. So it's kind of fun to toy around with that. He can climb and stuff. So anyways, Mania is part of PS3 or PS free games this month. Next is Borderlands: The Handsome Collection. That's basically a remastered Borderlands. Check it out. That's just a good pickup no matter what. Xbox's free games is NHL 19. I've been saying I need to get into hockey. Maybe this will be the gateway into it. Rivals of Aether, Aether. Boy, I'm stuttering like crazy right now. I don't know why. Those are their Xbox One titles. The Xbox 360 games, which remember you can get on your Xbox Ones, is Earth Defense Force, and Portals. If you haven't played Portals yet, why? Yeah, there's no reason.
Such an amazing game.
Stop what you're doing. Quit your job. Leave your family. Go play Portals. Don't do all that stuff.
It's just the first one, but man, even that first one's just outstanding.
Yeah. They know they're going to get you hooked on the first one, and then you're going to go buy the second one.
And you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super, super good.
I mentioned, I don't know, I don't think it was on the podcast, but maybe it was, that for so long I called it Portals, and I kept thinking, I didn't know why I was saying it wrong, and I looked at the box, it says Portal, singular word, because you're always shooting 2 portals everywhere.
I even have it written down as singular.
Yeah, because I kept thinking it's portals, but you're shooting 2 sides of one portal. When you walk through it, you're the same. It's the same portal, so it's just 2 halves of the same thing. So, anyways,
that blows my mind just a little bit. Yeah. I even wrote it down as portal because I was like, make sure you don't say it, and I said portals.
For so long, I struggled with that.
Such a game.
By the way, I looked it up. It's Niantic that I was trying to think of. That's the Niantic, the Pokemon company.
Oh, they do Pokemon Go.
Oh, that's it?
They just do the Pokemon Go. That's why you're familiar with that, because you played Pokemon Go
it says
addicts for a while.
Pokemon company. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. The Pokemon company's separate. Gotcha.
They're actually doing a new Harry Potter game that everybody's excited for.
It's supposed to be the same way?
Yeah, where you find the Fantastical Beasts.
I
haven't seen those movies yet, so I'm fine. I know that's another one where Squeaks would be yelling at me for now. All right. So next podcast is going to be all E3 stuff. And let me explain what I mean. We're not going to have an episode necessarily on Monday like we normally do with the news. What we're going to be doing is for 3 nights of E3. So E3 is going from June 11th to June 13th. But our actual reviews will probably be 9, 10, and 11, because that's when a lot of the big announcements are coming out. We'll be doing episodes those nights. They're going to be call-in episodes with our friends, and they are going to be going over all the news of that day, because they're going to have big events.
Nice, hot, fresh news.
Yeah. So right now we're going to kind of look at what we expect to see at E3, some of the big announcements that we hope to see. First leading the charge is EA. They're gonna have a stream set up at 9:15. These are all Pacific Standard Time, by the way, guys. On the 8th, and they're gonna do. They have their count. They're starting off with what's called Countdown to EA Play. This could be their streaming service or something like that, or their subscription service. Everybody's doing subscription service now. We're gonna be doing that. It's just a little quick 15-minute thing, so they're gonna be quick shots. Next up, we're going to be hearing about Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order, Apex Legends. See if there's anything new for that. I don't know. I'm really kind of tired of Apex Legends. That happened pretty fast.
Yeah.
Have you played much of it?
I played it when you guys came over the other time, and once after that, but it was I don't know. I'm not so big into the battle royale games like that though.
I'm kind of tired of the battle royale games. Yeah. I loved PUBG. I got into Fortnite a little bit and this a little bit, but now I'm kind of just tired of all of them.
Yeah, we need something else to shake up the system and get rid of those.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited for the new Call of Duty because they're returning to form.
Yeah,
the old Call of Duty maps. I'm hungry for the old Call of Duty maps and the new Call of Duty, the Blackout that came out, Black Ops. Yeah, is only campaign.
Yeah,
or I'm sorry, it has no campaign.
Only multiplayer.
Yeah, everybody's like, what the hell? And it was, and I'm not interested anymore. I played it maybe an hour.
Yeah,
and I'm done with it. It sits on my launcher. I don't care. So I'm excited for the new one. All right, next up, they're going to be talking about is Battlefield 5, FIFA 20, Madden NFL 20, and The Sims 4. By the way, The Sims was free for a bit on their launcher, so heads up, look out for that. Rumors have it that we might get a new Titanfall project, which everybody's excited for that. Titanfall 2's campaign is fantastic. And Apex, of course, is in the world of Titanfall, so that's cool. And then we may be getting a new Dragon Age 4 content coming out, some news for that. So that'd be pretty cool. Is there any EA games? Are you a big fan of Madden?
No.
I know you're excited for Madden. EA, I think maybe the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I might be excited for that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with EA as a company, really, to be honest with you.
I mean, they haven't been very impressive lately.
They really haven't. For Square Enix, theirs is going to be on June 10th at 6 p.m. They're going to be probably talking about the Marvel Avengers game, which has been leaked a couple times. We're trying to see some content on that come out. Final Fantasy VII Remake, which we were all kind of waiting for. They could be bringing Dragon Quest Builder 2 for the Switch. We may be getting a little bit of Life is Strange 2, the next part of that. So Square Enix, they're famous for their Final Fantasies. They got really good story content. Maybe we might get some more Metal Gear. That's from them. I don't know. So it'd be good to see something from Square Enix. I'm excited for that. The first one that I'm really hyped for, because I'm such a fanboy, is on June 9th at 4 p.m. That's going to be Microsoft. I know we're not doing any other order now. I just realized that. That's at 4 p.m. I have a feeling it's going to be mostly about their xCloud.
You said it's going to be Microsoft?
That's Microsoft.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think it's going to be mostly about the xCloud, their streaming service.
Yeah. Kind of relaunching it or...
Well, just because it's still in development, but I mean, really kind of getting it out there, like showing all its power. Like, this is what we have, and it's coming this date. Like, I'm wondering what they're going to do.
And rally people for it, get them all pepped up.
Yeah. We may be seeing new system stuff, but, I mean, PlayStation's already... They're ditching E3. They're going to do their own stream on their own time. So I almost feel like we're going to get a separate thing that has their... They don't want it to be shuffled in with the E3 stuff.
Yeah.
So really, Microsoft could own E3 by putting out a new system.
Yeah, I think it's too early for a new system though, right? From the Xbox One.
It's expected next year.
Really?
So you would announce it this year.
What do you think if Microsoft was working on a new system? What would it look like? Are they just making another new Xbox or?
I think it would be. I think it would be a lot like the Xbox One. Improved performance. Yeah. I think it would be a lot like the Pro, but just improved.
No disc tray.
It probably won't have a disc tray, and I think. One thing that'd be really nice is upgradable parts. I would like to see an Xbox One that I could upgrade like I do with my PC.
Now that might be where consoles can stay in the business. I never thought about that. You buy the blank unit, you could call it something else too. You can call it something else too.
Yeah.
But that's smart. You don't go to the store, you don't go to Fry's or wherever and compare all the different graphics card models and stuff like that. You go to Microsoft online and you compare the 8 different models they have available right now of graphics cards.
Yeah, they would make them very simple names too, like, I'm going to get the...
like the i3, i5, i7
exactly.
kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then you could upgrade your... And then so the system comes out 1 year. Say 2 years later on, they introduce a new processor. It would be really hard to replace the processor, but if they could find a way... Yeah. Or graphics card, we'll say graphics card. Graphics card's easy to replace. Oh, hey, well, guys, we have the new... i9 or whatever, well, X9 they'll probably call it.
There you go.
And then you could upgrade it if you want to, or like, it's running the games I like really well right now. That system could last 10 years.
That's smart. They'll have plug and play components that are easy to replace and easy for them to sell.
Yeah.
And you can upgrade it to whatever graphics you need, whatever quality, speed, and all that stuff you need for the type of games you like. If you're not into fast-paced, intense games, you just want to play Minecraft, but you want to be able to see really far but not move fast. Then you customize it to your needs and customizable skins and stuff like that to decorate your Xbox how you want it to look.
Yeah, they used to do that with the old Xbox 360. Was that way? You remember the faceplate used to change out?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that again. I mean, who cares? One thing that would be great, the people you're going to entice with this is the PC gamers. Because like me, I own an Xbox One. I have one of the day one ones. So that means that it's literally the oldest version of Xbox One you can have.
Yeah.
So when they have the Pro and all this stuff that's out now, I don't care because when I play a game hardcore, it's on PC.
Yeah.
So I use my Xbox One just to kind of play some side games, Red Dead Redemption or something like that. I don't need it to be outstanding.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go out and buy a new system. But if I can go buy the new graphics card for like $150, yeah, okay, I could see that being worth it. Upgrading as I go.
Because they're probably seeing that console sales aren't keeping up. It's not. That's why the consoles are kind of going away and PCs taking over. And
the technology is just evolving too.
Yeah, but to make it, I like that because people like like we were talking about the gamers back in the day was only people who would know how to download the right kind of program and set it up on their computer the right kind of way. Yeah. From a person who doesn't play video games, that looks like, you got to be a hacker to be able to play World of Warcraft is what they're thinking.
Yeah.
And so then now people are probably thinking, well, you got to be like a hacker to be able to build your own computer from scratch.
And it really is not hard.
Yeah. But imagine those people who don't think they have the ability to build a computer who are like, I could buy my own Xbox and then I put the hardware in it I want. I customize it.
Make it a real plug and play.
Yeah.
Just slide in a slot.
So the people who really brag about being a gamer when they play phone apps will be able to brag that they built their own console from buying the right Xbox components.
Because the Xbox 360 lasted 10 years. The Xbox One, it's lasting quite a while, but definitely not 10 years.
Yeah.
And it just feels like that would be the best way.
Yeah. If they're not doing that, they should totally listen to this and get on board with that.
I know Microsoft's a big fan of us. I know they are. So they have it on the big speakers while in the Microsoft HQ.
Well, they're tapped in right now. They're live streaming, right?
Oh, hey guys, shout out. Yeah, I really think that's a good idea. I think that's a good way to kind of like keep the Xbox Live powerful. Yeah. Because right now there's a big temptation to not do that. Why would we make it powerful? Everything's going to be streaming. They're leading the streaming. So that's why I don't think it's probably going to happen. Yeah. But if I were to pick any of the big three companies to make a system that's upgradable like a PC, it would be the leaders in Windows 10.
Yeah, because like we were saying earlier, they don't really want to be in the PC building business, but don't build PCs. Build customizable Xboxes. Yeah. I think that would be cool with plug-and-play components.
That'd be really neat. And they've done something similar with it in the past. I mean, think about it. Like, the 360 was not wireless at first, but there's a piece, I own it.
Yeah, plugs into
the one
the
that's on the wall. They plugged into the back to make some Wi-Fi. Yeah. There was a part in the original Xbox that you put in the front to make it play DVDs. Like, you were able to upgrade them somewhat hardware-wise, just make it a little bit, classier, first off, because those look wonky, and make it to where we can increase our computer. And we've always been able to upgrade the hard drives very easily on the 360s. Yeah. Xbox One's not too hard. It's out there, guys. I think that would be really interesting. Game-wise from them, we could expect Halo Infinite. I'm super excited for that, and Gears 5. Gears 5, I'm not a big Gears fan. I need to sit down and play it.
No Squeaks is.
Yeah, I need to play it on the PC because I played on the Xbox and I just don't care for that over-the-shoulder look. Just something about it I'm not a big fan of. Everything's bullet sponges. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it. So I need to play it on the PC, see if that's what I like, is PC better. But Halo Infinite, I'm down to play this so hard. That'll be a game I go out and pre-order. I don't pre-order games much anymore, but just because, you download it all. Yeah. That I go out and pay, pre-order.
You gotta let me know when that's coming out because I'll probably get that one too.
E3, man. We'll be seeing some content on it, I'm sure.
That's the last time I bought a new game, I think, was when the last Halo came out.
Yeah, we played the hell out of that. Remember that? We ended up beating that like in the first couple days. Yeah. We ended up co-oping the whole thing. Bethesda, there's going to be June 9th at 5:30. I'm hoping we're going to get some updates on Fallout 76. They're trying to save that game. They have a game in development called Elder Scrolls Legends. It's their kind of Hearthstone. It's a card-based game. So hopefully that'll be cool. And, of course, I want to see something about Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield. You still haven't played Skyrim, right?
No, I know. It's so old now, too. I remember back when it first came out, I wanted to play it, but I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get around to that. And I think I was moving or I don't know, something. But, yeah, I even talked to a guy at work about it, and he's like, are you serious? You still haven't played that yet?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry.
It's like video game royalty. Joshua came over to do the podcast, right?
Yeah.
He was here early before you guys. And we were talking when something came up where he hasn't like played Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah.
The 85 Mario Brothers. So I was like, dude, let's play. So we played a little bit, but like it's like video game royalty. Everybody needs to at least experience it so that they understand what's going on. This Skyrim is one of them. It's comically bad sometimes, like the glitches and stuff like that, which everybody pokes fun of. Yeah. There's random jokes people could say like, oh, I got shot in the knee. Everybody talks about because of this thing. Yeah, it's worth a play.
Yeah, and I loved Oblivion. It was like to me, it was the best game when it came out. So
I've replayed Oblivion so many times. I just love it. It had some of the best expansions in video game history. Really, really good game. Elder Scrolls 6, I want to see something about it. I want to see what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
They all generally take place at a different location.
Do you think they would make a space, like a future tense one?
Well, they have a space game coming up called Starfield.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm hoping that that'll be similar. Yeah, I want to see a base, Elder Scrolls 6, the little bit we did see, which was just a picture of like the location, was was still medieval times, like the other ones.
Yeah.
I just want to know more about it. I'm really antsy about it. Like Skyrim's big thing was dragons. Let us know what the big thing. The Oblivion was all about the going to hell and getting through those portals. Yeah. Let us know what the big thing is this time.
And is it a continuation? Are these stories all combined, all connected?
They're very lightly connected. The keys are different locations.
Okay.
So when you're playing Skyrim, it is referring back a little bit to Oblivion's. Yeah. Like the events that, like, oh yeah, there's a new emperor, blah 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 blah, in Tamriel. That's what
so they're like in the same world, but other sides of the world where they worship different gods or whatever. Like different completely that way.
Yeah, and then in Skyrim, it's all about how like the new government of the new emperor, the new government in place. I'm not sure what the timeline is exactly with Oblivion, but they're like, oh, you guys can't worship your religion up in Skyrim's area because they're all like Nordic. And then they're saying like, no, BS. And so there's this big rebellion going on. People who want to worship their own ways, and then like come to find out, spoiler alert, very early spoiler alert, find out right away, you are like a dragon, like speaker or whatever. You can like yell these dragon shouts.
You're Daenerys Targaryen.
You're Daenerys Targaryen, yeah, and
or a Targaryen.
Yeah, that's cool. And so and then you fight dragons, and then you're able to like. It's really cool. They're like, and then you like do this big shout and different things.
Summon dragon strength and stuff.
Yeah.
Dragon powers.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really cool game. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what the hook is with Elder Scrolls 6. What their little gimmick is. So that'd be great.
So somebody mated with a dragon in your ancestry then.
You know what? He's a good looking dragon. Those skills, they shined in the sunlight.
It had been painful.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully the dragon was DTF. Anyway, so next up is Ubisoft. It's going to be June 10th at 1 p.m. They got Beyond Good and Evil 2, which I'm not a big fan of the Beyond Good and Evils. There's a big controversy where, like, when you're in their city, you'll see, like, billboards and they'll have artwork on them, or there'll be art on side of a building. And their big thing was, like, at one of the E3s, I think it was the last one, they're like, oh, submit artwork and we may put it in our game so you guys can see your artwork in game. Then the art community's like, hey, pay us for that then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so there was they didn't think about that.
That would be slightly cool, though, if you see art in this city and you like that one, you click a link or you look up a number that's on it and you can buy that piece of art. That would be good, but otherwise it was just like, oh, isn't it an honor to have your art in our game? Yeah, we're going to take advantage of your free art to decorate our city.
So there was a big backlash over that. And I think it would be good. I like the way you're saying that. That's a good idea.
It'd be an easy click to bridge both worlds and make the people happy. And I mean, people get to see more art. So it's always good.
Always good. Yeah. Fan art is, it's always good. Yeah. Other game that I'm hoping to hear more about is Skull and Bones. It's their pirate themed game. If it's anything like Sea of Thieves is really good. There's what is it called? Atlas, that's really bad, but Sea of Thieves is a fantastic game. It's supposed to be a more realistic game. Ubisoft nails it, and their Assassin's Creeds are really good, and they've been all putting in the ship battle stuff because of how well Black Flag did. This one's going to be just pirating, and I'm excited to see it. I want to know what the combat's like and all like that. That'd be good. There's 3 mystery AAA titles. I think Ubisoft's trying to set up the big hit, because there's 3 mystery AAA titles that they haven't even said anything about. They're going to be announcing probably a new Assassin's Creed, something crazy like that. New Far Cry. That's another one you should play, is Far Cry, man. Yeah. Those are always good.
I'm so behind.
I know. Well, you're real busy. I understand that, but
and I just don't play games as much anymore as I used to.
A game like that though, where they're story driven, I think is what's up your alley.
Yeah.
Or Wildlands. I keep suggesting Wildlands because that's that quick in and out. You don't have to always play it. But if you play a Far Cry, which again I have, you can borrow. They're just really story driven, so then they get you thinking the whole time, like, man, that's crazy. Should I have made that choice? What did I, They're really, really good games. So Ubisoft, June 10th, 1 p.m. They have the PC gaming show. That'll be June 10th at 10 a.m. It's going to be a bunch of indie games that are out there. I'm looking forward to more about the actual launchers. Facebook's got a launcher they're working with now. There's the Epic one. There's Steam. There's Good Old Games and all kinds of other ones. So I want to see Good Old Games come out there and be like, hey guys, we got it. This is Good Old Games Galaxy 2.0, where you can have everything on there. I want to see more about that, more about the launcher news. All the indie games are great. Sequels to favorite indies are always good, but that's where PC gaming right now has got the question mark, is where am I launching my games from? So that'll be good. And then Nintendo's expecting theirs June 11th, 9 a.m. Probably going to talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield, Link's Awakening remake, Mario Maker 2. We might get an Animal Crossing for the Switch. Any Nintendo titles you'd like to see out there?
Not specifically. I mean, like we were talking about making the movies off of all of them, but
they wouldn't announce it at E3, but it would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I can't think of any specific ones though. I mean, they're all the classics, like remaster all the classic games.
Yeah, I would like a good Star Fox. Haven't seen Star Fox in a while.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be a good one. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, yeah. So that's what's E3.
I was gonna say Star Fox would be a great one to do a VR with too.
Oh damn!
Because you're flying, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's
might make you a little nauseous, but
I think it's one of those things where we're gonna get used to.
Yeah.
Like as humanity uses more VR, they'll get used to that. But just give me a holodeck. I'm down for a holodeck.
Right? I mean, come on, we got to be close.
Did you see the new Picard trailer?
Yes.
I can't wait.
Speaking of which, lately, what I've been binging, or anytime I have time to watch TV, is Deep Space Nine, and I'm loving it.
Are you?
It is so good.
Watch it.
It is so much like Voyager, because we both love Star Trek Voyager.
Oh, man,
Watched it at least 10 times, the entire series.
Yeah.
But it's told almost the exact same way. It's like the exact same, world. It's just it's different people. It's different location. But
right.
It's really cool. It's got a lot of the same vibes. So I'm digging it.
I have to check it out. I know the cast is really good. I like I'm going to be using. I don't know their names. The redhead guy who's the pilot. He's later on in Hell on Wheels.
Oh yeah. I can't remember his name now either.
I know. I like him. He's from. I think he's from Next Gen originally.
Yeah.
Guys,
he was the transporter operator.
Yeah.
Next Generation.
I'm gonna lose my geek card here, but I have not watched Next Gen much. I've watched a little bit of the first season. Huge Star Trek fan, but it all lies in original series. I love original series, and I love Voyager, especially Voyager. Yeah. So I need to watch Next Gen as well. Mm. And then the guy who's like the head of security.
Yeah, he's a shapeshifter.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of Deep Space I've seen. I haven't seen enough to give any names, of course, except for maybe Captain
Odo is the shapeshifter.
Yeah.
And Miles O'Brien is the redhead. Okay. Yeah.
I like
he's like the engineer. He's a lot like Baylana and Voyager.
Yeah, it's one of those shows where I'd catch an episode here and there. Same thing with like Next Gen. I watched a couple episodes here and there growing up, but I didn't watch like I do Voyager.
Yeah.
Voyager, I wouldn't miss an episode.
Yeah. So I just got done with the first season. I'm like halfway into the second season, but it's got the same character development too, where all the characters are totally different. Like O'Brien, it has his personal relationship with the ship, the space station, the computer of the space station, because it's Cardassian, so it's all totally different technology than they're used to.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it seemed like they uploaded their program because they're speaking to the regular computer voice.
Roddenberry's wife, by the way.
Yeah.
Gene Roddenberry's wife.
But it seems to respond emotionally to stuff that he's doing and everything. It's cool. The doctor is totally different than our doctor.
Yeah. Our doctor, I love it.
Yeah. It's very different cast, but you learn to, grow with them and love them like Voyager did. So
I'm gonna watch Next Gen first, and then I'll watch that one.
Oh.
I need to get my Voyager back on too. It's been a bit, and man, I love that show.
Yeah.
We need to go to one of their conventions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look those up.
Especially once we watch both these other series. Then go to a Star Trek convention, actually knowing more about Star Trek.
And then last we'll watch Enterprise, because everybody, when you go to the conventions, the fans of Enterprise are serious fans.
Yeah.
It's just that they're far and few in between. But when you do see them, they're huge, fans of it. Yeah, I gotta watch that. I've been watching Veep, because we talked about this in the past. I can't just watch the new season of Veep when the new season comes out. I gotta watch the old ones lead up to it again.
Yeah.
Every time a new season comes out for a show I like, one of the ones I really like.
Yeah.
I watch the old ones.
Rewatch the whole series.
I watch the whole series and then I bleed into it. I love doing that. Peaky Blinders. Okay, let me watch all the old Peaky Blinders again. New one, and then when the next season comes out, I do it again. I just have to. Anyways. Yeah. So I'm doing that. I'm going through Veep. I'm doing that.
You have a lot of time to watch TV.
Well, I have it playing in the background while I'm doing other things. I'll clean the house, whatever I got Veep going on, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Veep in particular is one of those I like to hear in the background. And Drunken History. I'm watching Drunk History right now, which is, I wish I was on that show. Yeah. It's so funny. Oh man, I love it.
One of these days we'll have to make our own episodes.
That would be great. We do the drunk part often. We just got to talk about history stuff and then have somebody act it out in the background.
Drunken Game News. We just got to tweak our name.
We just got to get some beers. That's what we got to do.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's it for us this week. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll catch you. Remember, it's going to be 3-part episodes next week. And we'll be talking about all things E3. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Geek Freaks podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Geek Freaks Pod. We're also on Facebook, Instagram. You can email us. We have our Patreon and a store. All those links are in the description. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.